Welcome back to my channel. We're here with some more Cheapskate Chronicles, and I'm here to serve you some food for thought. Actually, it piggybacks off of a video that I made a couple of months ago. But before we go any further, I just need you guys to subscribe really quickly. Hit that red button as well as the bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video, so you can stay up to date with all my content. Okay, we got that out the way. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, a couple of months ago I dropped a video on different ideas that people can use to generate extra money in their pocket. We've all been going through quarantine, and it's been a crazy time just because like a lot of us have maybe lost our jobs, maybe just lost hours with our jobs and had to scale back and have a whole lot of extra free time on our hands now. So I was just trying to give you guys some ideas, you know, how to make some money for the time being. And I'm actually overjoyed with how much people I've seen over the course of these past couple months come out with side hustles and actual small businesses, because they kind of, you know, thought to themselves, they brainstormed and got in their bag. And I think that it's amazing, but I also want people to think long term. So I just want people to kind of see the bigger picture and at least entertain the idea of looking down the road. Because I know a lot of us want to, you know, eventually own our first home, upgrade and get a nice big bad fancy whip. So I want people to kind of entertain the idea of this so that they can be one step closer to having all that stuff once that time comes. So I'm here to talk about entertaining the idea of transforming that side hustle into a small registered business. And the reason why I propose that idea is because that registered business is another way for you to declare more income. A lot of the things that you're gonna want later on in life is gonna be based off of your income, how much you make on a yearly basis. You know, you might still be working full-time, you might be working a couple part-time jobs, and you know, institutions that are gonna be lending you that money to have a mortgage that supports the house that you're trying to have, or the car loan for the big nice whip that you're trying to be driving down the road, is gonna be based off of how much do you make on a yearly basis? Can you afford the things that you're trying to have right now? And you might know that with the side hustle in mind, you can afford to have these things that you're trying to obtain. However, banks and institutions are gonna be looking at what's on paper. You know, what is it that we see right here that you can actually afford? So they're gonna look at your job. They're gonna say, okay, you know what? You work 40 hours a week. You work 52 weeks out of the year. You're on salary. Maybe you get 60K for the year. With this 60K, we're willing to give you this much, not a penny more. Although you know you can afford to have more than a penny more because of the money that you make on the side. But the bank doesn't know that you make that money on the side and you can't prove it. So what it is that I suggest and what I really encourage people to take a look at is, okay, you know what? Maybe I should register this side hustle as a legitimate business. You know, maybe you might sell shirts on the side. Shout out to the Who's By TV merch. Maybe you are an artist and you make paintings. Shout out Nasty Originals real quick. And okay, with the money that you make selling those things or providing those services for people, you know that you can afford to actually sustain more than what the bank is willing to give you. But it's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. I'm pretty sure we've all heard that line by now, one way or another. That's why there's an upside and there's a benefit to registering the businesses that create income for you. I know a lot of people dread the idea of paying extra taxes, and that's the biggest hurdle that you're probably gonna have to clear while registering this business. Because just because you register a business does not mean you have to have a facility that you work out of, doesn't mean you have to have a factory, doesn't mean you have to have a shop or a boutique that you're gonna be selling the things out of. No, you can still do everything that you're doing. It's just a matter of putting the revenue that you're incurring from this business through the business itself. So nothing has to actually change about the operation of your business aside from declaring the money that you're making through the business. And you know, I shouldn't be actually saying this on camera, but I'm here to keep it real with you guys. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Just because you make some money doesn't mean you have to put all of it through your business. It's the reality of life, and I'm pretty sure everyone's aware of that by now. Just like when you go to, you know, the corner store or the small business around the street that, you know, says, okay, this is how much this costs, but if you're willing to pay cash, we'll actually let you pay this much. There's a reason for that. That's because you not paying debit or credit means that they don't have to put it through their business, which means that they get to save on the taxes as well as you. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you're registering this business. It's just a tool that is helped to declare some of the money that you're making so that you can actually show institutions that you actually make more than what it is that they'll normally realize that you make. So long story short, just to kind of cut straight to the chase, I just want people to realize that there are benefits to registering that business and putting some of your money that you normally get under the table through those businesses. I know it's nice to get, you know, literally someone pay you $100 and you keep all $100, but you know, unfortunately, sometimes benefits come with a cost, and that cost is unfortunately taxes and whatever other upkeep expenses will come with that. But you know, paying those taxes and those little deductions along the way is just gonna make you one step closer to being able to apply for the mortgage that helps support the house that you really want to live in, as opposed to the house that, you know, you're gonna have to settle for because according to the bank you only make this much and that's as much that they can give you. Application denied. Like, they'll just stamp that shit and just pass it to you. Like, you know what, come back when you make some more money. I do make more money, but I can't prove it. This is how you prove it. Declaring your revenue through a business is a great tool to help bolster your annual income, so that when the bank takes a look at your application, they say, okay, you know what, Royston, you make $60,000 through your employer. That's great. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Hold up. You make an extra $15,000 through your side business selling hoodies and t-shirts? Where can I get one? Because we're gonna approve your application for that mortgage. Thank you. So it's just something I really want you guys to, you know, take a look at and just be mindful of. That's all I'm asking. I am by no means telling you to open up a business today. That's not what the point of this video is. It's just to kind of take a look at things, look at the bigger picture, weigh all of your options. And maybe, you know, this isn't even for you because you know that when it comes time to buy the house that you really have your eye on, maybe you have a spouse, maybe you have a child that's old enough to help you apply for that mortgage too. So you have other added incomes going to be on that application anyways. Like I said, this is just a video that's here to help, you know, provoke some extra thought. It's just food for thought. That's all this is. Just nothing to keep an eye on. The cost for registering a business, the taxes it's going to cost you on a yearly basis might pale in comparison to the benefits that you'll be able to reap going forward from registering that business. So just something I want you to keep your eye on. Feel free to do your research. Google is free. There's a lot of resources on there. I am somebody who registered my own business from a side hustle that I was doing myself, and it helped me get the things that I really wanted to get. I'm trying to be transparent. I'm trying to put you guys onto anything that I feel like is worth being told, and it's useful information at the end of the day. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you keep shooting me questions, just because like there's nothing more I enjoy than getting a question that I don't have the answer to at the time of, and then doing the research and then learning something myself that I can relay to you guys and make another video out of. So stay rocking with your boy, appreciate it, and we're gonna be back.